Hey guys, Supercoach God here, and today we are going through my watch list for AFL Supercoach 2023, 2023, 2024. Yeah, feels a bit weird saying that, but we've got a few players I'm looking at. I'm just going to go through six players from each position, maybe three for the rucks, of what I'm considering as premiums to start my side, who I'll be watching very closely over the preseason. So if we start with the back line, I think the obvious one is Nicholas Dacos. So Nick Dacos uh, has that is playing in round zero. So you're going to get one less game out of him because he's still got two buys. But it it's a tough one because does he just average so much that it doesn't matter if you lose a game? Like if you lose one game of scoring, regardless, he could still be at the top of the of the defenders in scoring total points at the end of the year because he's just that good. So if I think he probably needs to have a really good preseason, and he'll average he could average 125, I reckon. Like it's not that far fetched, to be honest. Like if you had a look, I'm not going to get it up, but his games, the bad games with the McGuinness tag, the one where he got injured, which was that was the same game, and there were like maybe 290s or something. Like he had pretty much a flawless year. I think Ben Keys locked him up at one stage as well. But like apart from that, he's a very good pick by the looks of it. Next we've got James Sicily. So Sicily, can he not get suspended? Is my question. I don't know. He got suspended. Was it three times last year? Twice. One was a 4 week stupid ban or something. Like, or it might have been 3 weeks, and the appeal happened after the bye. Like, it was the most stupid thing ever. But anyway, um, yeah, Sicily, I'll be watching very closely. I think it's kind of a given why you'd watch him closely. He's just a jet. Like, he gets like 15 marks on the regular. Like, it's not even rare for him to get 15 marks. 30 disposals as the second tall, really, third tall even sometimes. But yeah, I like the look of Sicily. Tom Stewart is another one I'm watching. So reports are that he's going to play more midfield time. I don't know if that benefits his Supercoach scoring. So we're actually going to have a look at the preseason games whether he's actually performing in the midfield, and even intra club games. Like I feel like I'm gonna have to watch them all just to get a grasp of whether he's a good pick or not. But at the moment, I've taken him out of the side, my current side, and yeah, I don't really see him as much of a good pick as and now because he's rumored to play in the midfield. Then I've got. I think you have to have this guy on your watch list, Harry Sheezel, because he's he's going into his second year, and he averaged 99.5, so pretty much 100 in his first year. I think that's better than what Dacos averaged. I think Dacos averaged about 97. So, look, we don't really know how good he is yet, but if he takes the progression that Dacos did, which is going to be very hard to do, or anything close to it, if he can average 105, I think you pick that at 555k. Like, but we got to see. We got to watch him very closely. Next on my watch list is Jordan Ridley. So Jordan Ridley is an and forever will be the what cost me but saved my 2023. I picked him, did shit all, and then I had to get him out, and then I got him back in because he started to become that third tall again. So now with Ben Mackay down there, does he get that third tall role? You'd like to think so, but then again, Ben Mackay and Laverde are both injury prone. So you just don't know. So we're gonna have to watch preseason. We're gonna have to make sure Ben Mackay, Laverde, and Ridley all have flawless preseasons before we can actually pick him, I think. And then we got Hayden Young. So Hayden Young is up and coming, getting a lot more midfield time this year. So similar to Stewart, except I think Hayden Young's a lot better in the midfield. He was playing a bit of midfield time last year, and his points per minute rose a bunch, but yeah, I think he's got to be on the watch list at least. He's in my team for now, so it's Dacos, Sicily, Young, but yeah, it's hard to tell. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Right now, is there anyone else here we can talk about? There's not really. You just see players here that do it every year, just consistent. But no, I don't think there's really anything. Okay, let's go into the midfielders. So midfielders, I'm not having Bont in my watch. I'm not picking him. At 725k, that's outrageous. I can't pick him. Nor can I pick Oliver due to his whatever the hell happened. He loves a bit of the stuff, and that's not allowed in our Supercoach Gods team. Petrarca, I can't pick. I don't know why I can't pick Petrarca. It's because of his forward splits. If he was just fully midfield, he'd just be in my team every day of the week. But I can't pick that, especially at 670k. Somebody plays about 25% forward. Then we got Rory Laird. So Rory Laird is coming up to 31? 32. Don't know, but he's in the 30s. And that is why I will not be starting him. I might get him in later in the season. He's an upgrade target, for sure, if he keeps up what he was doing last year. But going to have to wait and see. Then we've got Zach Merritt. So Zach Merritt historically scores worse when in the same team as Parrish. I think Parrish is having a pretty good preseason, so I'm going to pass on Merritt. So I'm not even having any of these first 5 players on my watch list. Or Libba. Libba's not going to be in there, too old. Dawson's first. So Dawson, 26 now, he should be going into his prime. Already averaging 116, but if he can average 120 this year, that would be absolutely massive. And he's going to be a pretty high-owned player. But at the same time, it's going to be common for your M1s this year to be that 8th rated player, 10th rated player, and whatnot. But yeah, Dawson looks good. I'm not picking Dunkley. I don't know why. Like a few years ago, I think he was just mid. I didn't pick him. Just when he's mid forward, I just feel so much more inclined to pick him. We're gonna pick Zach Butters is gonna be on the watch list, so we're probably just gonna pick him, to be honest. What is he, 23ish now? 24? Like, he can only improve. I don't see him declining at all, so he's definitely on the watch list. Now you got LDU, so LDU is going to be on the watch list. Now, he can get the odd injury, but he did average 113.6 in 14 rounds. Like, it's still pretty good. So he is going to definitely be on the watch list. If he can have a banger of a preseason, then you know it. Errol, I don't have Errol in my team yet, but he's definitely in the watch list. I feel like I'm saying on the watch list, in the watch list, way too much. But no, Errol's definitely an option this year. Just because he really had a breakout year last year and just carried the Swans really. Nearly got a Brownlow out of it, so he's definitely on the watch list. I don't know if I want Sarong in. Sarong might be in there, but for now we'll leave him out. Tom Green. So Tom Green, he's on my watch list, but he's also a lock for my team. I can't not pick Tom Green this year. I don't think so. I think it speaks for itself. He's very young and averaging these numbers. So, who else? Andy Brayshaw's definitely on the watch list. I'm just gonna put the rest of the people in that are in the watch list. Who else? All right. Funny to see Sam Doherty as a mid. That's hilarious. Andy Brayshaw is just an absolute gun. He had a drop off from the year before, but he's still in contention to definitely be a top 8 midfielder. And that's what you want to do in your at the start. You want to pick your at least like 3 players in each line, 2 in the rucks, whatever, 5 in the midfield, that are going to be in the top 6, top 8, top 2, blah 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 players in the comp. So in their position, and I think Brayshaw can do that pretty easily. Actually, like I know he's got Sarong as there as well, but I think they complement each other. So I think he'll be a very good pick. Sam Walsh, I kind of think this is a no-brainer. I don't know why. I just do. Like, his final series was so good. And now, going to a new year with a good preseason at 576k, hard to pass up. Very, very hard to pass up. Matty Rao as well. What can he do with another preseason? Can he become that first draft pick player that we thought he could? We'll have to find out. But yeah, he's definitely probably the last person on my watch list for the midfield. So, in terms of premiums, so that's that. Now rucks, I'm not going near Tim English, so that's for sure. Not going near Briggs or Marshall. I'm going cheap this year. Gorn. Where is he? Grundy. And Sherry. So these 3 are my watch listed ruckman. I'm going to be heavily looking at Gorn's preseason because if he has any little injuries, I know he seems to recover from them quick, but I don't know. 31-year-old. I know rucks can go pretty deep looking at Goldstein, but yeah, I don't know about it. Grundy for 80k, it's a lock. I'm starting him unless he does a terrible injury, breaks his leg or something, but touch wood, he'll have a very good year, I'm sure of it. Tristan Sherry as well. There was hype about him going into last year, and he got injured in the first few games, so all that work in the preseason just gone. But I have faith that he will be all right. We're just going to remove a couple players. Rao and Walsh. Then here we got McRae. McRae's definitely on the watch list because Bailey Smith is gone for the year. So with that ACL, so he's got to get more mid time. I don't see how he doesn't, and I think he'll probably average 105. And I think if he averages 105 at 555k, I'm all right with that. Because it's so hard to get premium forwards this year. Another one's Luke Jackson. Now, people probably think I'm stupid, but Luke Jackson, if Sean Darcy gets an injury and Luke Jackson's number one, just primary ruck, he could be a good starting pick. Who else? Oh, we're not on the forwards anymore. So I'm not picking any of these players. Flanders. So Flanders had a really good finish to 2023, and I think he has to get better. I know he disappointed us at the start of last year, but he can only really get better from here, and hopefully he can. Next, we've got Zach Fisher. Is there anyone else we're looking at here? Not really. Not really. No. So Zach Fisher. Apparently playing half back. So Zeebel's retired. He goes straight into that position. I don't know if Aaron Hall's still on the list, but he just slides in right there. If he has, I reckon if he tons up in both of his preseason games, I'm just going to pick him at 380k. I think you kind of have to, but yeah, I know you don't want to take much out of preseason games, but it's hard not to. And for the forwards, I don't really have anything else on my watch list. It's such a bad year for forwards. Mind you, we kind of think that every year, but like Jack McRae's and Flanders are really only mid forwards. Caleb Daniel. So we're just hoping for like a Dunkley to play some forward. Sorry, I had to yawn, jeez. Dunkley to play some forward line and stuff, but I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Rosie, maybe, I don't know. But we know that's not going to happen. There's going to have to be some star come just into his own. I'd say Gimby's also on the watch list, but I feel like I'm just going to pick him. We'll see how he goes in his preseason games, but where the hell is Ruben Gimby? Oh, he's midfield, isn't he? But he's not really primo, but he has potential to be, right? So, no, not Gimby. Why do I think Gimby? Reed. What am I thinking? But also, Gimby is also on my watch list because he could rise again. But anyway, that's probably it. Hope you're all having a great holidays, and hopefully you're spending at least 10 hours a day in your Supercoach team, because otherwise I'd be very disappointed in you. You got to keep it up. Alright. Peace out, lads. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and you.